what was the matter about? I said I won't tell you because if I tell you, the people will know who's talking there. Do you understand? And that caused him probably to go and now look, because I've been talking about DPP, talking about Attorney General, talking about how criminal these people are, talking about how illegal, how unlawful that country is. But nobody was listening. All of them will be, as a matter of fact, if Paparano was even saying, DPP, the case should be with DPP, DPP should be the one to do this case, DPP will give. What are you talking about? You don't even know what you're saying. So Papa, that is exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, very dark man, if he has the boldness, the audacity, if he can say in the face of death, I do not care, I will go all out for you people to expose you to the point that I will force the government, force the police to do what they're supposed to do in this case. Then Mohbad will get justice.
I did say I'm not going against what you're saying. I said you are right 100%. You see, when I type it on comment section, I say exactly. So that is it. But when you talk about that DPP, I remember that day when you guys were having the bad crash on the Muriano platform when he said that which of the case can you tell me? Let me go and Google it. I remember. Yeah. So, no matter the less, VDA said it's coming fully on this case. It's going to hold this case fully. Yes, they update us on the Instagram. So, it's coming fully. So, all those spy, all those killer, you guys be ready. Be ready to be exposed to the world. You know, very dark man doesn't do underground, though. You know, be like the people who do underground. You know, they do underground. We do our whole pulley for everybody. That is it. Justice is a must.
1 second.
Oh, sorry.
I wanna see who a Nikki is. You can speak, a Nikki. You're unmuted. You can speak. Okay, go ahead, Jack.
Yeah. If the person is not speaking, it's better to just drop them, because some people they have nothing to do with their lives. They just go around to record for their slave master. You see, some people are just going to remain slaves for the rest of their lives, and I'm not surprised. Yeah, because if adults can go around, you have nothing to do with your. Oh my goodness! Do you know what it means when you go around and waste 1 hour to record people? The 1 hour. Some people are making a lot of pounds with that 1 hour, making a lot of dollars with that 1 hour. And all you can do is to go around to just be doing recording just because you want to give it to your master. Because you have made somebody your master, and you have now reduced yourself to a slave. You are a slave to another man like you, to a human being like you. How disgusting your whole entire life can be. How low can you ever be in your life? All right. Now I want to say this. Thunderfoil. Anyone trying to say that it is injection that killed Mohbad, I need those people to equally say that it is the injection that broke his neck. Because if you cannot prove that it is the same injection that broke his neck, perhaps if Mohbad's body was not, the neck was not broken, if in the casket there was no, what's it called? There was no some sort of like fluid, like bloodish fluid, sort of flowing from the neck region in that casket, maybe you will be able to convince me that it is the action of the nurse, it is the injection that by Mohbad. Then I will take it. But for as long as there was that, for as long as the neck was broken, you will tell me, because I've witnessed burials. I've seen corpses, I've seen dead bodies in my life. And I've never seen where a natural dead body, a natural corpse neck was broken, will be in the way Mohbad's neck was in that casket, or is in that casket. So you're going to need to prove to us that it is that injection that broke it.
Unfortunately, both autopsies doesn't say anything about a broken neck, a leg, or injections. So they're trying to put a blame on a nurse that doesn't prove it was the nurse. And they're saying the neck wasn't broken and they didn't mention any leg. So where do we go from here? I don't see anybody trying to have another autopsy done. At this point in time, it seems that nothing pied him. They're blaming a nurse that there's no proof of. So I'm quite confused.
You see, because I know that these people would buy themselves time to perfect all that they want to do in this Mohbad's case. That was why I've been screaming, I've been shouting, I turned to a broken record and I was saying the same thing over and over again because I knew what the moment I heard that the Lagos state government, they set up an inquest. And the moment I heard that DPP has taken over the case, I knew that the case was done already. I knew it was done already. I knew it was done. That was why I was shouting. But you see, the people that were supposed to have listened, to have sort of like paid attention to what I was saying then, they were busy. They were busy. They were busy. They were busy with views. They were busy with show. They were busy with what's it called? They were busy with gifts. They were busy with what's it called? Because I can now see their priority now. I can see what the priority of most of these hosts are. It's all about gifts. It's all about views. It's all about keep the show going. It's all about frivolity. It's all about hypocrisy. It's all about gossips. It's all about nonsense. That is all they do. They were never paying attention. Let me tell you something. This is the thing. I was even trying to I was even saying some things to think that probably some of them will wake up from their slumber. I was saying that, look, if you have a project, if you want to carry out a project, and that project is in a domain where you have no expertise, you have no experience, right? What do? Because you want to succeed in that project, you engage SMEs, you engage subject matters experts, the people who have experience when it comes to that domain. You engage them. It's just because you want to achieve success in your project, not because you are so interested in their domain. No. But what do we have? You have I don't know, people I don't even understand. Everybody just wanted to talk. Everybody wants to talk. They just want to talk. Just want to be heard. Want to be seen. Want to be heard. They were busy with their shenanigans. And now that all is done, now this is now time to study. This is now time to study when it's done already. For me, it's done. It's done. But who knows? Who knows? God has a way of doing things. Miracles can happen. Miracles do
Yeah,
happen.
we'll find out more today for sure.
Yeah, we find out.
Prodigal child, did you find your video yet?
No,
Not yet?
Not with my phone. I need to off it and on it.
Okay. Yeah, Jack. It is 3:30 in the morning here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 8:30 there. What time is the inquest? Does anyone know?
Hi, dear. To be honest.
No, I don't know either. And normally it's on a Wednesday, but we're having it on a Friday, which is weird. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's postponed. That happens all the time.
Yeah, Thunderfire, what you said, there is likelihood that that happens because I know for sure that in July, the court we usually the courts usually go is it vacation they call it now. So yeah, so when that happens, you find that a lot of courts they will not open, though there are vacation courts. There are vacation courts. Those one will sit. But most of the time they don't even sit because they will allude to one reason or the other and they don't get to sit. So there is every likelihood that what they will get is an adjournment because the court is not sitting. And the thing is this, whether the court sit or not, I know what the outcome, just the same way I knew what the outcome of the case that they took to court would be, because you are up against the like the author and the finisher of your faith. You're up against the system, the government. So if somebody who is a custodian of the judiciary says this is the way I want to go, who are you to say that's not the way you want to go? Because he's got the authority, the power. Constitution has given him that power. So it's like you being it's like you just being like I don't know. It's like you're a joke because there's nothing you can do to change his authority. The authority stands as far as the constitution stands. So that's why I see this court of appeal that them Baba Mohbad they want to go. I just see it as I don't know. I just see them. I just pray that God will open their eyes and show them ways, the real ways, so that they stop wasting their own time, wasting their money, unless they just want to be seen as they're working. Otherwise, let them go to Supreme. Let them leave appeal and go to Supreme Court. When they leave Supreme Court, let them go to even God's court. For as long as Nigeria exists, for as long as you're talking about a matter that has to that is within the what's it called, that is within the in the territorial what do you call it now, space called Nigeria, there is nothing that will change the decision of the Attorney General, because that it is clear that what they want in this case is very clear, and all their actions are showing same. They're showing same, and I believe that that man Sanshitu should have been at least not just being all about money. Should have been able at least to be helpful enough to be how would I pray now, to be, I wouldn't want to say to be man enough, to be human enough or humane enough to advise them appropriately. It shouldn't be all about money. You just want to take the money because they're going to pay you for it. Because you use your own mouth to say that the Attorney General does not need the approval of any court to use his authority. And whatever he says stands. There is no court that can challenge, no court can change it. So, court of appeal that you're going, is that not a court? Unless the man is stupid. Unless the son is stupid. Unless he's crazy or he's evil or he's been bought by the government to dismantle this case for this man. Otherwise, he should have been able to advise this man appropriately. Because most of these sons, you see, lawyers are liars. And you cannot even dispute that. Lies. They trade in lies. They trade in lies. Lies is what they do for a living. Whichever way you want to look at it.
They have to lie to defend their defendant, whether that person's guilty or not. So they have to lie. They have to lie for the client. So they learn how to lie. And that's why when I studied law, I wanted to be a prosecutor, not a defendant, because I don't want to have to sit and lie. As a prosecutor, the evidence is brought to you, and then you fight with that evidence. So it's not like a prosecutor has to sit there and lie, you know?
Yeah, you're super right about that. But Thunderfire, let me tell you something. You see what you've just said now? Yeah. In my country,
Yeah.
in Nigeria, it's so different. You see, prosecutors in Nigeria. Oh my goodness. Let me not just talk about it. They are the most despicable people. As a matter of fact, they are. I don't know. They are monsters. They are monsters. Do you know prosecutors in Nigeria? I'm talking about police prosecutors now, government prosecutors now, the state prosecutors now. Do you know that these people, if you know what these people do, they will even be the one that would the ones that would destroy it, all for money, because of the gains, monetary gains that they're gonna get from the suspect, from the defendant's side. They will not only destroy, they will shred the case into pieces. That's what they do. To be honest, the future of that country, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. It is very bleak. It is really,
You
really.
know, another thing I heard that the nurse and spending were going to be charged and that they were being detained. But very dark man just interviewed spending and he didn't look like he was detained to me. So
Brother,
what? Okay,
that.
okay. I said I heard that the nurse and the spending were going to be charged and that they were being detained. But very dark man just interviewed spending and he didn't look like he was detained to me.
You see, Jennifer, let them continue to live in lies in that country, and let the government continue to lie to them. And if the citizens care, let them continue to drink the lies and to buy the lies. You can always buy whatever you want to buy. For me, if somebody is doing business, the truth is this: if you're not buying, you're costing. So that's for me. So it's either you buy wherever it is that they're churning out to you, even though you can see with your own eyes that these are pure lies from the pit of hell, or you sort of like speak to yourself, to your inner mind, and allow your God's given, free given brain to come to play. You see, let me tell you something, Thunderfire. You know what should have happened? They know for certain, the government and the police, they know for certain that if they allow the main investigation to be launched, if they allow it to happen, they know that what we follow is arrest and trial. That's what's going to happen. Because what will happen is you will now have perpetrators being identified, because that is what main investigation does. You will now have them being identified, and there will be evidence. There will be evidence against them. That's when you will have evidence in form of CCTV, evidence in form of phone forensics, the report. You're going to have a lot of evidence against them. And you will even have documentary evidence from their own confessions. Look at all of these people. Look at just very dark man who is not an investigator. I mean, is like a police investigator, a licensed investigator. Look at him investigating, interviewing these people. From the interview he's even doing, you will be able to see that if you check what most of them are saying now with what they've said before, you will see that there will be disparities. There will be disparity. And that is just an ordinary citizen. You can imagine if it is now police that is drilling them in the way they should be drilled, as they should. You can imagine what will happen. So you're going to have loads of evidence. And that is why they purposely cornered that part. They stopped the investigation. They stopped it at preliminary. 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 Most of these hosts, or if not all of these hosts, you will see them talking, crying. None of them have been able to say that. I've been crying since last year that there has never been, that what hurts me, what pains me is that, number one, there has never been any lawyer speaking for Mohbad in this case. And there has never been any form of investigation carried out. You take people's statements, you take people's accounts, you tell them to tell you what happens, you know what they witnessed. That is preliminary. When you go into the main investigation, that is when you now start cross-checking what they have said. You now want to place Mr. A and Mr. B statements. You now want to find the disparities. You now want to investigate them further. You now want to drill them further. None of that has happened, and none of these hosts. All they know is just to sit down and stage woto and stage nonsense, and be crying about nonsense, things that they should not cry about. Talking about shows, talking about live views, talking about gifts. None of them has said that there has never been main investigation up till date as we speak by the police. I'm talking about the police now. Unless any of them can tell me that preliminary investigation is the same as main investigation, then they will be the most stupid moron that ever exists. They will all be there doing nonsense, bullying people, doing the same thing Mohbad condemned, the same thing Mohbad cried to the whole world to help him to stop. That is all they will be doing. None of them, as intelligent as they claim they are, is intelligent enough to know that main investigation in this Mohbad case has never been done. They'll be there crying over nonsense, crying over what should not carry, being petty and bullying people all around. And these are the people that want to get Mohbad justice. The people that some people deserve to get justice against them. They need to be behind bars. They need to be put in jail. But because Uncle Nemesis has not caught up to them, because someone has not stood up and exposed them yet, and that is why they're still able to talk and to continue in the evil. The main thing, they won't talk about it. The main thing, all of these people, they are all paid to destroy this Mohbad case. And they use money to destroy the whole thing. I'm not going to blame Baba Mohbad anymore. These hosts, they have all been paid and bought. They were probably all planted in this whole thing. All of them. They were the one they were the one that threw money at Baba Mohbad. They were the one that showed him the way to money, the road to money, so that the man would not see anymore, will no longer see nothing other than money. It wasn't Baba Mohbad's idea for anybody to start putting money into his own account. I'm sure it wasn't his idea. Did he beg them? It was some people's idea. Who will not be blinded by money?
Yeah.
When you've never seen that kind of money in your life.
Jack, sorry.
Like
Yeah.
Jack, sorry.
Yes.
So Thunderfire, what I'm trying to say is, you can see that this is Mohbad head here. Did you see that arrow? You can see that it was bent to the edge.
Yeah. Yes.
Assuming there is one edge here. You see? Let me show you very well. You can see the way it was bent to the edge. Like
your hand
like
is in front
when
of
the
it.
edge is bent from here to the last part of the edge. You understand what I'm trying to say? If you see in this video very well, it was bent. The bending is very, 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 very obvious. You can see.
Yes, why do you have your phone in hand in front of the picture?
I can't. No. That is how they can. If it shows clearly, they can ban. They can report the account will be banned. So if you,
Oh, okay.
just try. Let me show it very well. You can see it now.
Yes.
Can you see the way it was bent? It was bent, assuming we have two edge. From the first, it was supposed to be at the middle. The head was supposed to be at the middle, but it was bent to the last edge, which means it is very obvious that you don't. Let me show it very well.
Yeah, looking like that, his neck should have been ripped.
Did you see the edge? Did you see the edge here? The edge of the coffin.
Yes.
So it was obvious that the you see when you see it is like the way that edge where they opened the coffee, that was where the end, assuming the edge was supposed to be here, the middle, but it was bent towards here. Can somebody that just climb head can be, instead of his head to be at the middle and the shoulder will be here and here. You understand? But it was
Yeah,
bent.
I've seen the picture many
The end
times.
was bent like this. It's bent like this instead of straightening like this. But it was very, very bent like this. So it is obvious that the head, something happened to the neck.
Yeah, I've seen the picture many times. I actually have it in my photo somewhere. Yeah, definitely not normal. And I actually want to do a little research on the neck, to be honest. See what kind of information I can come up with.
Him, they will drop your account. Your account will be dropped. They will suspend your account. I've tried it many times. They ban. They drop the account. So the picture was very, very obvious that instead of the neck should be straight, instead of the neck should be at the middle. The neck is very, very bent. Like letter 7. You know how letter 7 was bent. That was how it was bent. Meanwhile, it was supposed to be like 1, but it was bent. Something like they bent it to letter 7. So if somebody that has climbed and his neck was bent like letter 7, that means something happened to the neck. No. Something happened to the neck. So that is what I want to. If you show the real one like the way it is, they will drop your account. It has happened to me before.
No, I don't plan to show it. But I do know what you're talking about because I've seen it many times.
It's like that. Nobody can tell me that something did not happen to the neck. No one can tell me that the neck nothing happened. Continue, Jack.
I've never seen anything like that in my whole life. But then again, none of us.
That bending
Okay.
of neck. Now there
Assuming
you know
it is an accident, like
Hello.
let's say, assuming na motor jam somebody, we might understand that okay, the motor has broken some party of the body. Maybe you understand, but this is not a accident of car or crashing. It is somebody that was in his own bedroom. No be say motor jam him. No be say okada jam him. And the bend and the neck looks like letter 7, abi number 7. Bro, stop it. Nothing happened to that.
Advocacy. You know what happened to that boy? If you dey really want to know what happened to that girl, it's clear already. The driver don already talk and say 3 people come out from the house 3 o'clock in the night, 3 midnight, as in 3 in the morning, right? 3 people come out from inside that house, and they say they come meet 2 people for the house from the beginning. And those people wey dey come meet, even when Spendi dey talk, Spendi don talk anything concerning those people. He say, lis ten to wetin Spendi say, if he no see anybody, nobody come out, but in here say when the driver say people come out, right? Those people wey come out for that house, they need to fish dem come out. Those people na do Mohbad wetin dey do Mohbad, and as somebody na call those people come that house. So those people, they need to look for those 2 people, and this thing wey dey show us, so that you fit not understand that sign what those people do for that place. Breaking in his neck, they purposely do am. They just purposely do am, and people wey do am, now people wey be say Mohbad don fit chop with for long. Now those people now do those things because Mohbad betrayed Mohbad, as a form of like say he betrayed them. He comot leave there. He go get people when be say they go defend. I was thinking that those people, Zlatan people go save am. Davido people, if he say na then go save am, later go join them. So this message will not come again next time. But pick wetin I tell you. So if you person will be saying when you know as Nigeria they operate, you go know wetin happen for that place. So do that signal so for inside that coffee, they know wetin they use and do. Just let go. Thank you.
Akbaka, good morning, everybody. Just to drop in.
Good morning,
this neck thing.
Aristo.
Yeah. Just to drop in on the neck thing. I think it is not an issue we should flog so much. In September 2023, when this matter came up, a lot of people, including myself, did deliberate on it. Now, if the state, and I think one of the times that the lawyer said they went to check the corpse at the morgue, and they said they didn't see anything broken, they did not see any injury on his neck by then Odumosu's lawyer and all that. That era passed. After the government did its own autopsy and toxicology, the family did their own. What was the report? So at times, when we see something and say there seems to be a foul play, we accept government can be playing games. What about the report of the family? The autopsy report of the family, what did he come out with? Did the autopsy report says his neck was broken, was bent, or he sustained an injury that could possibly have affected him? They didn't come out with that. So you see, this case is neither here nor there. At every time, at every turn you come. And I've been saying this since 2023. That is a clear evidence of conspiracy, of silence on this matter. Anybody that knows this should have peace. And as for me, I've had peace with it. I've seen the fact of the matter and where it's going. Why belaboring yourself? We say the government is bad. The family have done their own with public money. What result did they come out with? What results? Not the 2 results that have come out so far did not allude to the fact that his neck was broken or bent. If those are the medical examination that as at in the world today, in any way you want to investigate this medical investigation, that is the result we had. So why are we focusing on bent or not bent? Because medical reports, both the government and the family have not pointed to that. My opinion, actually. Secondly, I think all of us should take a pause. From 2023 till now, there is nothing anybody is talking about that has not been spoken about. Yes, human beings have short memories. But I can speak up for myself because I know I took time to analyze this case, analyze it very well. And it always helped to guide my discussion on the matter. And for every conclusion I've had since 2024, 2023, it is yet to be disputed. I am waiting for it to be disputed by a new evidence. For everything that VDM is doing, I give him his kudos. And I'll continue to say one thing. Let everybody run their race on this justice for Mohbad thing. We all have different strength. Some of us don't have the strength to be looking for people to interview. Those who can do that, let them do it. Let them come with their results. We don't have to abuse them. They are doing their part. That is what they will contribute. If it is positive, it is negative, time will tell. VDM came into it, some people call it distraction. Now we are seeing some things that were not even said from beginning. Some people that did not really lend their voices, especially the lady that is his friend. A lot of things that she came out to say that I'm seeing in all these recordings that I've seen, they are astonishing. But yet, if they are not properly crystallized and made to be part of the witnesses document, it will be discussion in the public. It will not have any effect in the legal court. VDM is doing its side. How has some people, even the family lawyers, etc., held on to this information and see how they can turn it to documented evidence that can be shared with the DPP as to reasons for the Nigerian police to do further investigation. We should always look at inputs that are coming and see how we can turn it to positivity to help on the case if truly we want to, help the case. If truly we believe the position of the government is not right, we need to challenge it with evidences. These things that are churning out, how can we crystallize them and turn them to evidences that can help the case? For me, that is what I'm thinking about. Now, everybody can do whatever they like to do, but let's see what is coming out. If there are things that are important, we take on it, we look at it. If there are things that are not important, we play less about it, talk less about it. And one of the challenges of this justice for Mohbad is giving energy to frivolities, energy to gossip, giving energy to things that do not even add value. A lot of energy is given to personal vendetta, a lot of value is given to he abused me, no abuse. For me, that is not the case. VDM has come with his own side. Yomi did his own. Many people have done their own. I think it's VDM's turn trying to unravel some things. We like to look at this thing and do public discourse, how can we help the narrative to look at all these evidences that are coming out, discuss them, and see how it can help for us to continue to create awareness on it. I think that is what will be more productive. Thank you very much. Thunderfire, how have you been? Jack, Baoni.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm well.
Thank you.
I'm
Okay,
well,
good.
and I hope you are too.
I'm good. I'm involved. You see, for me, I see justice for Mohbad has gotten to a place. There are a lot of things that need people's help, especially in Nigeria. And I'm engaging myself with a lot of those things that give me joy, that do not give me reason why I doubt to do it. I was watching a program today. The foundation churned out over 400 graduates of IDPs people that were displaced in Nigeria due to insurgency. And those young chaps, 5 were called to bar yesterday in Nigeria. 5 were doctors 2 weeks ago. More are coming out as engineer. These are good news for me. For me, I've helped on Justice for Mohbad to, I've had my own Ebenezer. I only come to check information. There are more people that need help, more real people that need help. That when you give the help, you don't have to watch your back. Maybe some people are cursing you or not cursing you, sincerely speaking. And I think anyone that loves their mental health, you want to help people, you want to help others. There are many ways to help. You can reach out to me. There are plenty of things that you need to help people on. Don't be doing things that people go they shake me for you, cursing you over nothing. You don't need it. This life, now so it be. Good morning, IT guy, Baba.
Hey, aristocrats. I thought you've taken a sabbatical on this matter because you seem to have disappeared off the face of the black hat planet. But I'm glad to kind of listen to your voice again, and I hope you stay steadfast. No matter what we do and however we do it, nobody is going to put us off this situation because people quite often will come and say, IT guy, what have you contributed to J4M? Exactly my voice. And it will remain our voices, and we will never be suppressed from this movement, because when it comes to galvanization and mobilization and donations and all that kind of stuff, the public will do the needful in their own ramifications. Respective platform will do the needful as they deem fit. And I don't think anyone has a right or the authority to question anyone's input if we minus the hatred, the gang fighting, and the water out of the situation. Having said that, yesterday I opened my platform. I actually never thought I will, but I was on Richie's platform for the first time, and I think it was done in a timely manner, unexpectedly, because I listened to the show for hours before I decided to loan my 50 cents. As soon as I did, I don't know how I actually figured out there was going to be commotion, but I think what happened was engineer said to Richie that you need to give IT guy a clap for the submission. I carried on a bit, and he came back and said, I take the request for the clap back. And it's at that point I knew I had to drop, so I dropped. Anyway, I left that platform. When I opened my platform, it wasn't planned, it wasn't expected, but I got sort of like an FYP on Mr. Joseph Aloba's new track, as usual, musical. I loved it. It was quite inspirational. I decided to play that and play, the previous one. And then that actually turned out to be a show. And the highlight, obviously, my show was about what exactly has Joseph Aloba done? What has he done wrong? And why is he being dragged so mercilessly? And on Rich's platform, my main focus and the advice I can loan to every single one of us, as Aristocrat actually pointed out, is simply that now that we have VDM, because I actually stopped people doing VDM on my platform yesterday, but I was forced to give my submission. So, but having said that, VDM is there. Yomi Fabi has done his own thing. I think out of the foundations that we have on the movement, he is the most prominent one that really shook the table for different reasons, but result, I'm not quite sure. And then VDM is there. And as VDM is there, there are new developments. There are these people that we've seen on these videos being contacted, and voluntarily they're all coming out to say their own piece. Okay, the story may be disjointed a little bit, but that is not to say that we looking for gaps in between and castigating these people and saying that there are disparities. Disparities will be there. If I tell a story 10 times, the same story 10 times, I'm sure you will pick holes in it, and you will be asking me different questions depending on which interview. Okay, put that together. VDM is there. He's doing his own thing. What we need to do as individuals, as a group, as Nigerians, as concerned citizens, is simply to say, we need to start making notes now. Now, which aspect of the new development and the new bits and pieces coming on the horizon may be useful later? It may not be the inquest. It could be later, because at the end of the day, if there is a submission, a recommendation to the DPP, and we only end up with spending and the nurse, a new kind of worms actually pops up, maybe we need to prepare ourselves right now, mobilize ourselves in a way, unify ourselves at the same time. I'm not sure if the critical thinkers will want to be part of that process, and start making notes. Start looking at what may be admissible in court, what you can see as technical, tangible, that may be useful for the authorities, the police, the system, even if they have to do additional investigation on all these aspects of, these are things we should have done. We now have an opportunity to revisit those based on what these people are saying. And I think if we focus on those, and forget about this harmony between camps, all the aspect of what and fights of the past, a group of people that can come together should come together properly. Use anybody else's platform, because you can go from one platform to another, different time zones, different allowances and all that kind of stuff. And we just keep making notes. And then that force, that unity will then give us something, because then at the end of the day, we're not focusing on mine is better than yours, or I want to get the accolade and all that kind of situation. So I just will implore everyone here, everyone at home, to be patient, listen, make notes, put things in a concise manner, so that we've talked about everyone that is interviewed, we've made all the key points, and then we put ourselves in that position. We are members of the public that want to fight the system. We want to engage with the system to do the right thing. The thing is, Mr. Joseph Aloba, for instance, is an exemplary example of a failure of a situation where you decided, I'm going to fight a DPP, and a DPP is God. The DPP is supreme. Our constitution says the DP is a god of all the gods. And if you're fighting the DPP, wow. If you have the knack and the temerity to actually do that, wow. But you're doing that without evidence, without preparation, and then you've done your high court or whatever, you're now going to go to the Supreme Court because you're not happy with the outcome of the previous process. What exactly are you going to bring to the table this time around? So I will implore Baba and the critical thinkers, because I've looked at the door several times. I didn't see anybody there.
Someone is stolen the bed.
It's being charged, madam.
It's been charged.
Yes. All right. Sorry. I've looked. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry about that. It's a bit of misunderstanding. Allowing someone into the house. So the cleaner comes every Friday, but I got carried away with my conversation. Yeah. So that's, I think in summary, really, where we are is to take notes Look for what is tangible. Look for what can be presented to the court, because I think we may not be able to do much and actually sway the direction the inquest is going. But then after the inquest, there may still be, blazing guns, new developments, and the public may actually be in a position to intervene and support the process to actually obtain needed justice and ensure that all the perpetrators know the people that got involved in the whole process negatively are punished and they are apportioned the right sentences as the law can actually dish out to them. On that note, well, that's it for now. Thank you.
Jack, you wanted to say something? Jackie.
Hi. Yes, sir. I was I was in the middle of something. Yeah. Can somebody still go and I'll just come back. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be speaking out of point.
All right.
Okay.
I think I thank you very much. I think for me, really, we just have to do what is important. And what is important? I only listen to the interview of
Sorry,
VDM
that there
with
is
the
so
lady.
far. That is so far. Sorry, sir. Before you
Yeah.
change the topic, where because today
Aristocrats.
you talk
Which
about the
aristocrats?
autopsy.
Mi ò ṣe
Aristocrat.
Arafat. Sorry.
That aristocrat. Okay. You did talk about the autopsy just now. I want really understand this whole thing now. The autopsy, because you say whether the autopsy show whether the neck break. Autopsy, na about the tissue, work with tissue or the things or na about bone. Is it the autopsy is all about the bone, or I don't get it. I don't to understand. Now, if you explain more about this autopsy thing, answer.
Autopsy is very simple. Autopsy is the physical examination of a diseased body. Someone wey don die, they go come, they go check. If there are marks, they will note it. If there is stab, they will notice. If the neck is broken, they will notice. If any part of the body, any form of incision, anything that is out of place, that is autopsy, examining the body. You understand what I mean? They will examine the body and all that and all that. They will check what they need to check. They will cut the body like in a Y shape or so, and they will come out with some parts that they need to remove so that the body will not smell. Those things, they will check some things and all that. So that is the job of autopsy. It's done by physiologists, I believe, anatomist or something, and I think anatomist, and they will check it. And so when people have been saying the neck was broken, I believe, and for me, I'm on the side of the law. What is tenable in court is simply this: if there are allegations of broken arm, broken legs, twisted neck, or there is a stab, the only examination to do is going to be a medical examination, which is autopsy, will be done by a coroner. Now, a coroner will examine all the body and note everything and give medical terminology. If you remember the autopsy report that the government did, they saw a kind of incision on his body, maybe a kind of cut, and they discussed the diameter and the depth of that injury. I believe that was the injury he sustained when he used his fist to hit the shield of the Prado Jeep. So things like that, a little injury, everything, they will note it. Once they notice, that is what is now tenable in court. Court will not see that dead body. They will not see it, but they will see all the photographs that the medical people have examined, and they will work with that photograph as evidences. So far, before now, they've said that is a Bema Keje, that is a Bema Conle, he twisted his leg, he fell down. All those things will be examined by the people that will do the autopsy, and they will notice. Now, let's take the result of the Lagos State. I read the autopsy, I read the toxicology. They didn't talk about broken neck. They didn't talk about broken arm. They didn't talk anything broken because they've checked it. The one the family also went to do that is supposed to be independent did not also mention it. So for me, based on those two evidences we have now in the public, I will then continue to stay on my position that nothing happened to his neck. Whether his neck was bent or not bent, it is as a situation of his height proportion to the coffin. But was a bone broken on his neck? All the autopsy that they've done so far has not said something different to it. All right.
Daddy, okay. Now, which one come with that? Whether it's psychology, I don't know what they call it. Which one come with that one?
Which one is psychology? I didn't say psychology. I think people
no
that
psychology, psychology, no psychology, oh God, can somebody help me?
Toxicology.
Toxicology. Okay. See. Pathologists are the people that will carry out autopsy. They are the people that will examine the body. They are trained to do that. Toxicologists, what is toxicology? Let's look at the word, coinage, toxic. What is toxic? Chemicals. So what they are doing with toxicology is to look into the fluid, the kidney of the disease, to check any traces of any form of chemical, anything that is alien to the body. They will notice it, they will test it, and they will talk about the volume of those things. And they will be able to interpret if it is injurious to the body, if it can cause death, if it can cause harm. That is what toxicology is about. It's just about toxins. But pathologists are the ones that will examine the body. Everything they will check. They will check the toes, the finger. They will look for. They will use their gadgets to check for many things they should check for. So if there are anything, because this happen, you will see some people, they will say, oh, he just slept, nothing. But they will find out that the person was suffocated by pillow. A pathologist will find out that thing because they will see impression and all those things. They will do their notice. And that is the evidence that they will report.
Thank you, sir. This is where I'm going to land now. So you see the pathology. So they didn't do pathology now, right? They never invite pathology. Was
they don't do it now. Pathologists don't work now. They've done
and Goresi were the one that do.
No.
Pathology.
No. Let's get this thing right. They've done 2 autopsies so far. One done by the government, one done by the family. The government came with that report. That report was out now. The report of the autopsy before, and we now got that of the toxicology. The family also have done their own. So, and from those reports, those are the tenable documents in court. On those reports, I've not seen anywhere that they've reported that there was a broken rib, neck, bone, anything. The only thing that was reported is there was some form of incision on his body due to the glass that cut him. That was reported. They've checked every other thing. So for me, this is all I'm saying. Me, I'm on the path of the law. And you stay with the law. If you that there could be evidences outside there that people are talking about. But when you come to court, the court will say, yes, you find this. Oh yeah, give us the document. Give us the professionals that have gone to do the examination. Now, We can now tell ourselves, you know, when government first did their own, people don't believe. The family have gone to done their own. And their own, and I've said from inception, will not be far from what the government have done. Now the family have come with their own. There is no difference. No difference whatsoever. No difference. So it then comes to me as an analyst, and I understand the law. Then I understood that when professionals have been saddled with their responsibilities to do certain things in terms of gathering evidences, and they've come to do testimony, these are the documents that we will work with. Now, if everybody now goes about and still say, hey, his neck was bent, his neck was broken, 2 autopsies have been done. Public owned, that is government's own, and the family owned. None of them have alluded to the fact that his neck was broken. So for me, as an aristocrat, I stay with those things, except there is another evidence that is verifiable, conducted by professional pathologists, that will say his neck was broken. And if there is none to that effect, I'll say, let's stay with that. Let's look for other things. Are there other evidences? Let's look for other things. Are there other conspiracies? But there are facts on the ground. As of today, this young man is dead. There are facts on the ground as of today that there is nothing called Obemakeche that people have insinuated. There are facts on ground as of today that this is the kind of death he had. Now, are there new other facts that would be? Yes, there could be. I am not God. I am not the angel that saw everything. But if there are evidences, even with what VDM is doing currently, let us listen very well. And that is what I'm appealing. Let us listen to all the audio VDM is churning out. Let us analyze it the way we used to analyze this case. Thorough analysis, unbiased analysis. Not this one. Let's look at what these people are saying. Let's begin to do some fact check. I know Very Wicked Lady is very good in keeping archive. Let's begin to check 1 and 2. Let's do a lot of comparison, and let's look at it if this thing checks out. If this thing do not check out, then let us raise queries and begin to say why this. Who is supposed to give us answer to this? This and this and this. Let's call them. Let's tell police, based on this fact, these people are living witnesses. Invite them, let them tell you this thing, document it, and do thorough investigation. These are bases for us. And for me, if we are fighting authorities, it's just like when we are in school. If you are going to fight school authority for increment of school fees, you must come with evidence that the school fees is increased. You come, you announce, and you must go and meet them first, negotiate. If they don't answer you, you give them ultimatum. If they don't, you now say you go on strike. Same thing with labor going on strike. Same thing we need to do. We are dealing with government. We are dealing with agencies of government. If we, as people, from what our effort have been able to throw up, some reasons for us to doubt that the investigation is not thorough, and some people that we can't do those investigations because everybody that VDM is interviewing, neither me or IT guy will have been able to interview those people because we don't have a relationship with them. But now he has a relationship with them. He has been able to investigate them. Let us listen to what they are being interviewed. Let us listen to in between the lines. Let us take those notes. If they are strong enough for us to challenge that police, you will be telling you to investigate, you did not. Now, we have articulated what we think you should investigate, and we demand that you should do it properly. I think those will be very, very valid position for us to. So that puts us in a place of talking with authority and not just talking of beer parlor gisting, assumptions, or any kind of insinuation that can come up from anywhere. We are basically working with facts, and these people that VDM have interviewed, there are people that they can go and meet. If we as a public believe Sam Larry, for example, did bully, we will not put it on the path that the bully killed Mohbad. No. We are only going to base it on the fact that bullying is injurious to the society. Bullying is preventing people to achieve their potential. Bullying is using power, like in the medieval era, when you have good soldiers, you can run over any small community and enslave them, and they begin to wash your bum and cook for you. That will not happen in this dispensation. And if it is happening, anybody that I might think to have infringed the law in that aspect, as a public, we can call out government to say, do something about it and make this a scapegoat. That is what the job of the CLOs is about. We are not saying he killed him, but we are saying there are evidences of bullying. And when there is crime, it might take 100 years, you will still pay for that crime as long as you are alive. And I think that is how we, and that would be more productive for me. As an individual, it is more productive and it is more rewarding. Resolving issues, giving solution, ensuring that we see an end to it. And God will help us all. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is it possible to do an autopsy and not examine the head?
No.
The reason I asked,
the pathologists will check everything, even his head. They will check his head. If for example, he might eat. The reason for the autopsy is to check. Maybe they said he's dead. Maybe he suffered a kind of head injury. They don't know. So the pathologists will check from the head to the toe. They will check it. They will see if there is fracture in his head or anything, and they will note everything. That is their job to do professionally. Now, if we say government is corrupt, what about the family? Is the family also corrupt? If that is the case, who should we run to?
Can I interject?
God cannot come from heaven to help us now.
Can I interject too? If that's okay.
Sir.
Okay, sir. I've been listening. I understand some things that Mr. Aristocrat is trying to say, and I like when in your first submission when you said when you talked about conspiracy. So I'm gonna start from that point. Conspiracy. You see, the thing is this. Mr. Aristocrat, you've made a lot of points, to be honest, which I can't even disagree. In terms of you saying that the beer parlor talks and that cannot take precedence over fact, evidence, which is true. That is 100% correct. Now, let's look at something. We understand that the science we understand the usefulness of science, but at the same time we need to equally not underestimate the usefulness of our own God-given common sense. Now, okay, I thought someone was making a noise. Okay, now, if I see a human being, or let me say a corpse neck. Okay, no, let me say corpse. If I hear that somebody dying, and I can visibly see that their neck has been broken. Now, the neck has been broken. I can see that. Not only me, everyone can see that, because there's an evidence to that effect. So now, if they're calling professionals to conduct autopsy.
Jack, wait. You said there is an evidence that the neck is broken. How viable is that evidence? Because you saw someone leg, not straight, and it's curved, does not mean it's broken. We all saw that the neck was turned, but was it broken? That is an evidence base. So what is the evidence that you say you have that the neck is broken? Is it the positioning, or there is a bone that is protruding out of the skin that tells you it was broken?
Now, there's a thing. I have seen people when they're dead. I've seen corpses. And I don't know if any of us we've seen corpses. When people are dead, it is only natural that their neck will, if they died of natural death, it is only natural that their neck will be straight, will be in normal position that it should be. If it is not in that position, then you're going to have to explain to me what happened to that neck. Except anybody here, if you have your own corpse, maybe you're a relative or anybody that has died that you know, whose neck was that bent when it was not an accident happened to them. They were not involved in plane crash. They were not involved in car crash, motorbike crash, or whatever. And an external force did not impact on them. If there's anyone that has buried their own loved one like that, I have buried loved one, and their neck was straight. But if anyone has had that, you can come up and tell us about it, and good luck to you.
Jack.
Okay.
Wait, Jack. You know, myself and you, we like to engage. Again, Jack, and this is just for us to get clarity. Again, you know, rigor mortis has a start time and an end time. It's not forever. And there is a time when a corpse, when you carry it and you are not supporting it, it will lose control. It will just go down like that, like a rope that is not guided. So neck at times is supported for you to be straight in the coffin. It's supported. If you don't support it, it will fall. After the rigor mortis process, it is free. It is not always stiff. It is only if you try to impart it during the process of rigor mortis where there is stiffness that you can break. But after that time is completed, it will. That is what I think. But if we have any medical person around, any medical person, I can talk about it. We can
don't
get
need
it.
medical person. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Aduke, I suppose you have the video.
Morning.
I have seen. Yeah, good morning. I have seen pictures of Mohbad's neck bent in the casket. If I go through my archives, I can find it. I'm hoping somebody like Aduke has the video or picture.
No, sir. We are not disputing about the bending, no. We are not disputing about the bending, no.
Then what is the dispute?
This is the dispute. You know, this is what I said. Because the neck was bent, we all are saying that neck was broken. Now, 2 autopsies have been carried out by the government and by the family. None of it has alluded to the fact that the neck was broken.
My brother, let me
Can you bend your neck that far?
No.
What would happen to you?
Listen,
what would happen to you? What would happen to you if someone bent your neck that far?
Thunder fire, my lady.
Let me finish with my statement first. Let me finish my statement so that we can continue. Now, this is what I'm saying. I said based on that, if you go to a court of law, it is more of evidence-based. Now, and court of law will rely on expertise reports. Now, I now said that the 2 experts report that we find so far do not indicate that the neck was bent. If truly the neck was bent, then we must find that out and ensure it is. If it is not, let's move to other things. That's just my point. And it's actually my opinion. It doesn't override anybody's opinion, actually. It's just the way I see it.
So this is where I come in. We are all definite on one thing. This case is shrouded in mystery. No matter what you think of any particular subject, the Mohbad case is not a clear case of murder. It's not even a clear case of homicide. So when you're in doubt, what do? You found a bent neck, bent, broken, either way. it is not normal. It is an abnormality that needs investigation. And you are saying our parents' autopsy did not reveal anything about the neck bent or broken. Government autopsy does not reveal anything about the neck bent or broken. That's more mystery to be investigated, and that
Not
is
bent. Did not reveal
broken. No, no.
anything that the neck was broken.
I'm trying. No, I'm
Not
trying
bent.
not to be precise because we don't have physical examination, so we cannot say a definite bent or broken. But either way, we have an abnormality of the position of the neck. That means if the parents' autopsy and the government autopsy is not giving us a conclusive result of what we can physically see, it means more mystery, more suspicion. In that case, we, the people, must cry out for an investigation into that subject. We cannot now say because toxicology or autopsy result is supposed to do this and they didn't bring it. Does that eliminate the fact that we have identified an abnormality? And that is why I'm calling Aduke or whoever has that video. Let's play it and look at it and see if we've all been shrouded in emotions and not identifying if this was actually bent, broken, twisted, or abnormal. So if Aduke is out there, play this video, let everybody see it and refresh us on what's going on.
African
And on the
TV.
subject, yes, hold on the subject of a VDM, I'm sort of kind of tired of people trying to castigate VDM or anybody that is doing their own thing. VDM is doing his own thing on his own path. Leave him on his trajectory. Let him do what he knows how to do. If he's fumbling, eventually we'll find out he's fumbling. But it's too early to start saying he's trying to insinuate drug abuse. Look, believe it or not, all these musicians, at least most of them, the industry is saturated with drug. We have videos of Wumi, of Mohbad with this their balloon thing. So should we now castigate VDM for his guests saying what they believe they were part of or what they know? I mean, I'm just tired of my people always trying to pick hole at somebody's trajectory. The man is doing his thing. When he fumbles, you can talk. Right now, he has not fumbled yet. He's doing what he knows how to do. You do what you know how to do, but stop picking holes at people's endeavors. Let's watch and see. The Yomis came, lambasted us with scamages. They've been exposed. Where are they today? Now a new guy on the block with some clout, with some power, at least give him the benefit to land. Let him land. And VDM, if you're listening, next level, get involved with Joseph Aloba and see what you can find out from him. Because I believe he's also holding secrets. So my people, please, let's rest on picking holes at people who are trying to do something. And Aduke, if you're out there, I want to see this video again. I know I have it somewhere deep in archives, but don't have time to start searching. So please, let's watch this video of the neck factor and see if we've all been deluded. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Please, I want to have my submission. I will appreciate if nobody stops me. First is this. Talking about starting from that conspiracy that Mr. Aristocrat talked about. If you look at both the state and that's when I'm talking about the state, you know, in a sane climb, the state is just supposed to the state council should just be strictly for Mohbad, speaking for Mohbad, and doing everything for Mohbad. That's what I mean. And again, if you look at the state council, the states on their own part, they look at the family, Baba Mohbad, and their own legal team on the other side. If you look at there's a common denominator. None of both is really interested in digging into the buyers of Mohbad. None of them. And that is why both of them that they were supposed to be speaking for Mohbad, none of them is speaking for Mohbad. None of them is doing anything in the interest of Mohbad. Instead, they are doing it in their own interest. Maybe some sort of synchronized interest at the end of the day. So that being said, if you know, you know. If you understand, you understand. Now, and that is why you can see neither the state council, neither the government, whatever they call them, neither the police, nor the family's lawyer and the family. None of them, if you look at all they are all about, is either the nurse and spending or Sam Larry and Naira Marley. None of them is really pushing. None of them. As I speak today, when Aristocrat was talking about the fact on ground that Mohbad is dead, that's a fact. Of course, that's a fact. That's a fact. But there's another fact that all of us were not paying attention to. And that fact is that no form of main investigation, I'm screaming, shouting, saying it, has been conducted in this Mohbad case. And if anybody want to challenge me to that, please challenge me now. And all of these hosts, I've never seen any of them talk about this. What has been done so far is preliminary. Except anybody you want to tell me now that preliminary investigation means main investigation. What happens to main investigation? How do you catch perpetrators when you do not want to conduct main investigation by the police? How do you catch the perpetrators? Nobody's talking about that. That is missing. And that is why, let me tell you, they know you will never have evidence on your own. They know the public will never have evidence on their own. The only way public will have evidence is if they, the authority, they do the needful. If the police launch full-fledged investigation, not preliminary, not taking, it's all of this collecting, taking people's stories, taking those people's account, you know what happened, tell us, you tell. That is all they did. That is preliminary. That's why they call it preliminary. Pre is a prefix, and it means before the main investigation. We need to educate ourselves. That is all that we've had. And that is the nonsense that the DPP hijacked from the police, and that is the nonsense they've been working with. And that is the same nonsense that the coroner has been working with. So, big conspiracy between the family and the government. And I want to believe this is how this conspiracy can be explained. Now, you have a father who never questioned the death of his child, whose neck was bent. Let's not even use broken, bent. Even if somebody's neck was bent, it's no longer straight, it was bent, and you can visibly see that. Doesn't that tell you as a normal human being that an external factor has impacted that body? That something happened to that person? Forget about that, you even saw blood. So you have that kind of a father who never questioned that kind of a death. That kind of a mysterious, questionable death. On one hand. And then you now have a government who are doing everything possible to conceal the identity of the perpetrators. And you have this father who never questioned, but who is very greedy, who can do anything for money, who can forget even if his
Let's not
birthright.
bash anyone. Let's not bash anyone.
Okay. Let me. I'll take it easy on him. I'll take it easy on him. It's just the way I feel anyway. But I'll take it easy even at that. So now, if they propose anything to this man, of course they can bully this man. They have the power to say, look, there's nothing you can do about this. This happened. And you know, our home people, they're involved. And we're gonna protect them. But let's not even say that they sort of like use power on him. If they propose anything to this man is going to take it. He's ready to take it and forget whatever it is. After all, as far as I'm concerned, the behavior of this man when his son was even alive, I don't mean to want to, that's why I don't want to talk about this. I don't mean to want to bash him, because to be honest, I want to say good things about him now, because I don't care. Because I see that the evil of the people that are even looking for justice, the evil that they are carrying about, they are perpetrating in this justice is a million times higher, more than what this man is, what we say that this man has done, as far as I'm concerned. So now, what do you expect? What do you expect? That will happen. The fact that the government told us that the result of the of the autopsy or whatever is inconclusive. So we should now take it just like that without using our own brain, when we know what has happened. Just the same way the same government came out to tell the whole world that there was never any life lost at Lekki Toll Gate. And they set up inquest too. They set up nonsense. I can't remember. They set up a panel. Do you know that there were many lives lost at that Lekki Toll Gate on that day of the incident? It is evident. They are everywhere, all over. But the families dare not come out to speak that we lost so person there, because the government will go after them. They will go after them. That is why you will never see anyone again. Many lives were lost, but they came out to tell us that nothing happened there. No, there was nothing. Nobody was even injured. So if you still want to believe their words without using your own brain, then I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for whoever. I'm sorry. There's no way that place, anything will happen there. They will say something about it, especially if it has to do with the government or with anyone that is close to the government. And I will believe it, hook, line, and sinker, without properly scrutinizing it. Without scrutinizing it. So that is my own. My own is, it was intentional. The fact that there was no main investigation. And the reason is so that you don't have evidence. So that nobody has evidence. The public, we don't have evidence. Everybody should just stop talking about where let us go. Where do you want to grab evidence? Are you to grab evidence? Are you the one who has the responsibility to be chasing evidence about? You think evidence is just something that you just go to a store and buy, or and just pick up? No. The authority that is saddled with that responsibility has to put in effort to get it. They must do their own job to get it. It is when they get it that we will have it. If they don't go after it, there's no way any of us will have it. Because you are not investigators. You are not police. You are not police. How do you want to have it? Why do you think all of these mafians in government, why do you think when they do all of their criminal activities, they will tell you, go and bring evidence, go and bring your evidence, because they know you can't have the evidence. But if the same administration gets out of the office and another administration takes over, all their criminal activities will be exposed, because they can no longer hide it, because another government, another administration has taken over. That is only where you can have it. That's why criminals will always say, where is your evidence? Go and bring evidence to fight me. Because they know you won't have it. You can only have it.
They say, go to court, Jack. Go to court. Go to
yes,
court.
That's what they will say.
Because they know there are people already there waiting for you to come.
Because they know their asses are covered. They know that you won't have it. Because the police has not done what they're supposed to do. So nobody should ask anybody evidence. And nobody stop anybody unless you are deluded. Unless you are delusional. That's when you'll be looking for evidence by yourself. Because you are not the authority. It is whatever evidence that police, they are able to garner and gather. Those are the evidence that are tenable in the court of law. Police will not embrace your own evidence as an individual. Whatever it is that you go out there to go and get. They have to go into doing their own investigation, and they have clearly refused to do it. Preliminary investigation. Where is main investigation? Have you ever heard anybody talked about main investigation in this mobile space?
Jack, main investigation is here on TikTok. They left it for us.
That's
Main
it.
investigation is on TikTok. We are the one doing the main. They done preliminary. That's where we are.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This people are
Hey
just
Jack, am I audible? I think from looking at it from a different angle, as anyone would have actually thought, should have been a very simple case of going to the show. Shenanigan happened in the car park. They got home, and something happened at home. Now, if the police kind of see it as very simple, there is no reason to do anything other than collect the syringes, because they thought it was just going to be a simple open and shut case. And then it turns out to be a situation after 22 months that there isn't really much investigation you can do. Everyone's giving their statements. You've collected the, main exhibit. Preliminary reports is based on everybody's statement. The nurse confessed, I choked him and he died, or he suffered, whatever the case may be, and that led to his demise. I think it's simple to a certain extent. If the neck is not broken, if it bled to a point, whether profusely, that it was contained, there's a bit of delay in getting the nurse there and all that kind of stuff. So what else do we actually expect the police to do beyond that? Because he died, they buried him, public outcry, body was exhumed, autopsy and toxicology is being conducted eventually. They can't see any form of malpractices in there. They can't see anything to corroborate that the nurse injected anything other than supposed items on the statement. But what else do we want the police to do? Because sometimes you need to kind of look at this thing from a simplistic point of view. Preliminary report is all they've got. They don't actually see the need for additional investigation because they're still of the opinion that it was the mistake of the nurse that died him. And that's my case.
IT guy, unless anybody wants to speak, I want to quickly say something. Unless anybody wants to speak, then I'll mute. Okay, yeah, IT guy. You see, it goes against even normal reasoning. That somebody, even if you know, you don't have to be a police investigator. You don't even have to be a professional to know that if you want to, how would I put it now? If you want to get to fact or get to truth, you have to do compare and contrast. That's just normal. You see, these are just normal laws of nature. You just compare and contrast because you want to get to truth. Won't you juxtapose Mr. A's statement against Mr. B and Mr. C as well and put them side by side? Check them. Do they check? Are there discrepancies? If this one says, "Oh, it was,"
Jack. Let's look at it even from a simplistic point of view. I think that the statement of the people that were in the house that they interviewed were consistent. So and then people saying a crime scene, there wasn't blood all over the place. The body is being examined, I'm sure, at that point in time. There isn't anything to corroborate him being pied and buried. So I'm not really sure. Even if it's after 9 days, we need to kind of understand. Public outcry said body was exhumed. It would have been examined thoroughly at that point in time. Even if toxicology and autopsy took slightly longer, they cannot actually find the pathologists. Government pathologists can't find any foul play. So I'm not sure, because if you're doing autopsy, you're doing toxicology. You've collected the syringes. The nurse said this is what I administered, and it was clear. But they can't see any perforation in the body. He bled whichever way he bled. Yeah, there is a mark somewhere on his arm. It is clear. So I'm not really sure the reason why people saying a crime scene, something needs to be cordoned. A crime scene, if someone committed a crime, I will look at it from the point of view that if someone who is not even a professional in the trade, who has been chancing it all this time and then got unlucky this time around. She says she did it. There is evidence that they called the nurse. However much they delayed the process, the nurse arrived. Now, whether the nurse administered something on him or not, but they found content in his body in the autopsy. And then people will say it was Adura that was injected. Why would Adura want to put himself down for him to be injected with something that can even take his life away, that he can react to? Why would Adura want to do it? And if the autopsy, the result of the autopsy corroborates what was injected in him, and they found caffeine and a bit of paracetamol in his system, what else do we need the place cordoned for? Because people actually have their own theory about someone being pushed down the stairs and his neck is broken and all this situation, blood profusely and all that. What are you going to find? What exactly do you think the police will find? Okay, they find the duvet. There's a bit of blood on the duvet. They said profusely. Someone said it was soaked in red ink. At the end of the day, in their CTC, there is no findings entering the CTC that it was soaked in red ink. I rest my mic.
IT guy. You see, there was a question I asked this morning, and until they're able to answer that question, then I strongly believe that those people, the Nigeria government and the police, and all of the people that are involved in covering up for the buyers of Mohbad, they will all meet the Waterloo at the right time. That's the question. The question I asked this morning is this. I asked Aduke, I said, was it true in the video? Because I can't even remember things now. I mean, I can't remember that event. Was Mohbad's neck bent or, okay, broken? But let's put it mildly now. Was it bent? If that guy's neck was bent, then I need anybody to come and prove to me that it was the injection of that nurse that broke that neck or that bent that neck. Maybe scientifically that's possible too. Medically, I'm very interested.
So let me ask you a question, Jack.
Go ahead.
As Aristocrat mentioned earlier, you see the period of stiffness when someone passes away, rigor mortis, will have its own period. So I'm asking you a question. What do you think would happen to a corpse once the rigor mortis period is gone? What do you think? Do you think it will be flexible for it to be repositioned in a coffin that is not suitable?
Okay. The logic I heard Aristocrat when you said that. But my another question is this to you again, is this. My question again is this. If it was just the neck that was bent, and there was no that bloodish fluid around the neck, only around the neck in the casket, then I would have probably
when you say fluid, which fluid are you talking about?
The one everybody saw in that casket when
I think we also need to be consider the fact that after rigor mortis and the body goes limp and all that kind of stuff, for a period of time, all the liquid in the body, the water in the body, the red ink in the body will find its way out through any opening in the body of the deceased.
Not only one opening, though.
Could have
not only one opening,
but let me
it would even come out his bum.
Coming from the same neck that was bent.
every opening in his body, which will be the nose, the ears, the backside, anywhere that liquid, it will take a number of days for even that, and that process will start at some point. You will not be able to stop it.
Good morning, guys.
You
Anyway,
won't be able to
aristocrat,
stop it. It will just, it will just,
that's
it
your
will
own
just,
opinion.
it will just
That's your
drip
own
out
opinion.
naturally. It will
I
just
will
drip
never
out
buy into
naturally.
that. I will never buy into that
Well,
because
we need,
because
we need, we need to look at this
that could
thing.
have come from the leg or from the nail or
Yeah, but
from the
what I'm
belly
saying,
or
Jack,
from
no, no, no,
somewhere.
no, no.
The
It
coincidence is
could come
just too
from any
much.
part of the body, though.
The
But
coincidence is
it
too
will
much.
have to
The
come
neck
from
was
any
bent,
opening.
the neck was broken, and at the same time, the fluid happens to be coming from that same particular neck. That is too much of a coincidence for me.
Yeah, I think if we get scientific and we look at things with the I don't know with a balance that is needed because of the number of days, number of hours that body's started decomposition had kicked in. All the bodily fluid is going to come out through any opening, and you will not be able to control where it's going to be deposited or whatever the case may be. You know, the thing is, if this whole situation is kind of managed properly, and the body had been in the morgue, it would have been different. But at that point in time, they did use a bit of preservation, whichever way they want to do it, at home. And that decomposition situation is something they can't manage because nature will take its course. So I still sort of like think that if the body is positioned in a coffin that is not actually befitting for the deceased, then yes, you can just pack it in there like sardine according to how the flexibility of the body after rigor mortis will allow you. And then obviously, if you open the casket, you're going to see that things are bent and positioned just so the body fits in it.
Let me
Yes.
interpret. Aitiga, look,
Good
all
morning.
of these things that you're saying, they're too much for any normal human brain to consume. Look. You're having a cup. You're having a dead body whose neck was bent. You're having a dead body from whose neck bloodish fluids coming out after being exhumed. You're having a dead body that was packed up and squeezed in an undersized casket. Is that not crazy to think about? Does that not tell you that there's something criminal that has happened to that person? Something criminal has gone down. Has that ever happened to any of our loved ones here? To be honest, is it some kind of occultic barrier or what? Everything is just coincidence, right? The neck was bent is coincidence due to rigor mortis, whatever shit you want to call it. To be honest, I will never buy into that. Everything is just it's just too crazy to be coincidence. Right under his
I will want to think. I will want to
somebody
think
in an
that
undersized anybody who puts somebody in an undersized casket,
Jack,
it shows that you killed that person. You're a killer.
Jack, hold on, Jack.
What the fuck is that?
The body was buried hurriedly for a reason best known to the family, and at that point in time, they could not even wait to kind of get a sizable coffin, a right size, and they've used the wrong size coffin. And then, yes, we can say the family haven't really done well because they haven't given him a befitting burial.
Somebody
But it
killed
won't
that
be
guy.
because somebody committed
somebody killed Mohbad, and they were trying to cover
up.
up. The family was trying to cover up for whoever did that job. That was what happened. Somebody killed him. You do not hurriedly bury somebody in an undersized casket and squeeze the body in there. That is what serial killers. That is what people that just criminally took somebody's life. That is what they do because they need to get rid of that body hurriedly. What the fuck is this? Why would somebody want to dispose of someone after they're dead in such a despicable manner? It shows that they want to. There is a cleanup. There's a cover up. There is nothing anybody would tell me in this life or afterlife. Mohbad was murdered.
Wait, Jack, can I just add? Since you said there's nothing anybody will say, okay, your truth is your truth. But let me say this, right? If you want to hurriedly cover up something, you don't even have to buy a coffin. They could have put him in white cloth and drop him in the ground, and it will still be the same thing. Having said that, when your neck is broken...
No, if you don't put him in a coffin and just put him in the ground, his neck would still be straight.
No, exactly. Yeah. I'm coming to that, but I'm just saying that he was saying they put him in a coffin. I'm even saying if you want to cover up, we don't even need to put a coffin. Now, let me just say this. I don't know whether you know when your neck is broken, it's a bone that's broken. It needs to be broken to the way you're saying. This is where I get confused about you saying it's bent. A neck can be bent but not broken. But if the neck is broken to the point of blood, then you will see something stick out like the bone. You can squeeze somebody's neck, squeeze it, it will break internally. That will cause the internal bleeding. It will not need to come out. But you saying you see blood, that means they broke it. Because have you seen the neck? The neck is very thick. For you to see blood, that means it must really be broken to the extent that bones or muscles and everything will stick out from the neck. Because this is where sometimes I know I've been coming on this J4M platforms and stuff. This is where sometimes I really struggle because for whatever reason, I don't know how many people were in the house when the guy died. They gave us a version of the story, but for some reason, we that we're not in the house actually have believe or we are more passionate and actually believe that what the 10, 12 people said. Yes, I know that the story might not fully tally up because they were at different locations. They've said something but for some reason, we don't actually believe that. We're not following up on what they've said. We're coming up with our own theory. Because nobody in the house has said anything about the neck being broken. I'm not saying it wasn't quiet, but nobody in the house said anything about the neck was broken. But for some reason, we saw a bent. Oh, I didn't see. Don't say we saw. People saw somebody in a casket. The neck was bent, and they said, and the autopsy said it wasn't broken. They said it was the bone. It was the way it was. It's not that cannot cause the. That could not be the cause of death. We don't believe it, but people have their own theory. Like I said, for whatever reason, people believe what they believe. But you cannot say the neck was broken because there was blood. If the neck was broken to the point of blood, then bones will stick out. You will see wound, gush. There will be a gash. There will be a big gash. For a broken neck that would lead to blood, there must be a big gash. And nobody has said they've seen that. You understand? And I didn't watch the the burial video. I know, and I saw the interview where, is it Baba's wife or Baba's girlfriend or concubine? The lady was saying, it was even the pastor knew about it. They had to bend the neck to put the guy in the coffin. That one I saw. But to say, oh, there was blood around the neck, that means it's not a broken neck because it would be too obvious. It would not be it was bent. Everybody would be like kilo shell. It would for a neck to be bent to the point of blood. Nobody will come and debate it. It will be too obvious because there will be a big gash.
Dolly P.
But I'm not saying that it wasn't quiet, though, Jack.
Can you hear me?
I'm just saying from that point of view about thing. But your truth is your truth.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I didn't say that. Look, whatever that was done to that guy, they took their time to clean up whatever shit that they did to him. Maybe they did some whatever, I don't know. But the truth is I'm saying the bloodish fluid I was talking about was discovered in his casket after 9 days when his body was being exhumed. Not immediate. Not immediate that we are not talking about there was blood gushing out immediate. No. That's not what we're talking about. After all, the police have already said there's profuse bleeding, and the father of the deceased has already said he saw a blanket soaked in blood. So all of those, we didn't make them up. So either whether you like it or not, there is blood involved in the death of Mohbad. And injection will not cause people to bleed like that. Injection will not cause them to bleed like that. Bullying will not cause them to bleed like that. It's only, that's why they say guns don't bind people. People kill people, man. People do it.
But have you seen? Sorry, Jack. Funny enough, I don't know why they came on my FYP. Because do you believe he actually fought with this? Is it this? I don't know. Their names, I mixed it up. Do you believe that story or the statement that he fought with someone and he broke glass and he had a wound in his hand? Do you believe that?
Dollar P.
No, I'm just asking. I want to know where you stand because some people are saying they didn't fight.
I wasn't there, so I wouldn't say that whether if I took place or not. But
okay, all right.
The only thing I can tell you is guaranteed. it's guaranteed that whatever took Mohbad's life was not that. Whatever by Mohbad, it was some people deliberately, it was a deliberate action to buy him, and it was impacted so much
I
before.
wouldn't dispute what you said because I wasn't there, so I don't know the fact. I'm not. I wouldn't say deliberate. I have my own theory as well because this, and this is why one of the reasons why people say, "Oh, I'm Team Wumi." I'm not Team Wumi because I'm thinking to myself, unless everybody in the house all decided that they're going to do it together, it is not possible. Sorry, and this might sound funny. It is not possible for a woman to kill her husband in Nigeria, and guys will back him up, back her up. That's why I'm like, the girl doesn't, unless. I'm like, why? And then I go and I think, did they all decide? I'm like, why would every one of them in that house decide to be a part of what did he do to each and every one of them?
Dolly P.
Okay, wait, let me finish. Actually, you give me your own theory.
Nobody say, hold on, nobody say
I'm
the
only giving you my
woman.
own
We have been
theory.
making, we have been talking. You know, one say the woman kill the guy.
Wait,
Exactly.
We are
no, I
just
didn't say.
talking. Nobody
didn't
say the
it.
woman.
I believe.
So,
Look.
now
Please
you are
make my
being judged
submission without
yourself. Now.
interruption. What
You're
I'm
even taking
saying
my
is
mind.
this.
I'm taking my mind away from Wumi.
Wait now,
They
I
just
know,
make
Never
I
achieve
know.
that.
Oh no, I didn't say any of you said it. I'm saying that some people have said, "Oh, the woman," and
Somebody did
now
the
what
job.
okay, let me just keep quiet because you guys don't want to listen.
Continue.
Yeah, what I'm saying, and that's why one of the personal reason why it might sound like I don't believe she did. I didn't say any of you said it, right? Because my own bias, because every one of you, whether you believe it or not, you've said things here where you say I wasn't there, so I can't claim. But at the same time, you've said things and you were not there, and you're saying it's true. Let me tell you my own bias. My own bias is like, unless that girl is this is my own personal bias, unless that girl or that woman is a real dumb woman that maybe she has one jazz that is really, we don't see it is not in our own country, Nigeria, that you will see one obere that will come and take the breadwinner, the person that is feeding everybody in the house, that will do something sinister, and they will all decide to back her up. That's why I'm like, it's not, that's me, I'm just talking my own personal point of view, why I'm like, no matter what anybody say, I don't think that she did it, because, but that's my personal, and I'm saying it here, it's a personal bias. It doesn't mean it didn't happen, because man, things happen. That's why I don't really want to be too absolute about anything, because I wasn't, and I keep saying this, I wasn't there. The people there said what they said. I wasn't there to say, oh, they're all liars, they're all true. If I'm saying anything, it has to be bias, because anyway, I'm like, so you will kill your husband and everybody will now follow you. That's my own personal bias. Having said that, that she did things wrong, that they did something wrong, that something went down, of course it's all on the table.
Sorry, ma.
You
Are
cannot
you
take it off
telling
the
me
table.
now? Sorry, ma.
Anybody
Are you
did
telling
something
us
wrong, you
that
cannot take it
now
off
there
the
is
table.
no woman have ever killed any man in Nigeria? You want to me say woman never kill any man for Nigeria? What you try to tell me now? Say not
Did you hear what I said, or you just wanted to pick on what I wanted to say? You did
I
hear
heard what you said now, because
listen.
I
So
didn't
the personal bias is this: you will not be in a house
because
with
every man in Nigeria is a breadwinner to the family.
with witnesses, and then you will kill someone, and then everybody will say yes, including your own family, say yes, I support that you pied mine. I said, and I've said this before, my personal bias. You can choose, like Jack said,
Mommy,
in this life,
mommy,
in
don't
life
abeg,
after, no
sorry,
matter what anybody
let
say,
her
believe
talk.
what
You know
you
what?
believe.
It's a personal
Me
e
too.
dey
belief.
switch
You understand
our
me?
narrative go another side. Now it's just taking us to somewhere else where we never understand. Abeg, they was talking about Rigo motive.
Papa, no,
Mr. Jad want to say something about
it's
that
our
Rigo
opinion.
motive. That
It's our
Rigo
opinion.
motive. I know it's our opinion, but it's taking us where we not want to go today. Abeg, make it no vex. Atima said Rigo motive happen. Maybe that would be the reason why Mohbad lost his neck. Maybe that's why the neck fell down. I don't understand. If let's check the time of death of Mohbad, the time they announced Mohbad is dead already, and some say the 2 o'clock, some say 12 o'clock, some say 1 o'clock. And then when before they put Mohbad inside the casket, you are claiming that you are the potential. Hello. Do this and we'll do that. Papa, abeg get me. If you are claiming that before they put his neck put the guy inside the casket, then they can, maybe the guy is still fresh. But let's go this way now. This guy, they took him to hospital, police hospital. They say confirmed death. They say brought him 20 minutes, whether 20 minutes before before it I don't know how they talk am. Okay, now if even the Nancy wait for his father, they kept this guy under the staircase for how many hours? They now took this guy to the hospital. So the body is still fresh, the body never see strong. Police station, the body is still moving around, it's not strong, it's not stiff. So they now took this guy to sleep in the mud, outside the mud for how many hours? Let me see, 12 hours or 6 hours before they take it, go and get casket the next morning, and now take this guy to bury ground. So you want to tell me now, say the guy body see dey fresh, Atima, the guy body see dey fresh, the body see dey move, the body never stiff. The body never stiff before they come put am for inside casket. Person wey don dey for almost 5 hours. Me, I lost my momo. If you somebody wey even dey stiff, you know dey take am 3 seconds, you know dey take am how many hours, you don stiff. And when you don stiff, you no fit fold am again. There is no way you can fold that person, except you come carry hammer, dey knack am, boy. Me, I lost my mom. I take with my mom na inside house we even embalm my mom put for complete 1 good month. Na me I dey clean my mom body with all those normal those Africa embalming for inside house. I dey clean the body for good 1 month with oil and the rest things to keep the skin, make the skin still dey fresh after they don give her injection for a body to dey strong. One can remove all those kind things from the body. Now me dey dress the body. If you carry am like this, if you even stand like block, you can stand it like a stick. You like if you carry am go anywhere you want carry am go, people can stand it. You can even see, go and check those people, they used to put dead people on the back. That is straight finish. So you want to tell me now, after you don't pass through all those process, the guy, the physical come put on with that casket, come bend his neck. No. But my opinion, this guy neck was broken before they ever put inside, before the locomotive come, I don't know what it come. The neck already break. The neck have been bent that way. They kept that neck that same way. That was the way they kept this neck after the, I don't know whether that locomotive or not waiting. The thing come make am stiff for there. It can't stiff like that. So the neck have already been break. Only person will go fit prove am for us now. If the people in the house, if the people that are still saying one topic, now only his father, only Baba Mohbad can say, okay, when I see under the staircase, this was the way I find my son. The neck was like this or like this. So now my own small 2 cents be this one. I don't know whether it makes sense for anybody. When they say regomotive and all this, I don't know if it makes sense. Thank you, sir.
Let's if you can hear me, let me just sort of like explain bits. I think sometimes we need to do a tiny little scientific research, and maybe then we'll be guided. Now, the body would have gone through rigor mortis at some point, and all the processes of rigor mortis were complete. Now, because the body is not being embalmed, proper embalmment will mean they will probably strip some organs out, they will do all the preparation, they do all the necessary injections and all that kind of stuff that can allow them to present the body, dress the body, and then it becomes stiff because they've injected something into it. But this is a situation where someone buys and have buried the body. At that point in time, because they haven't gone through any proper embalmment, the body will be flexible enough for them to position it in the coffin. That is as far as I understand it. I'm not talking about someone who has been embalmed scientifically.
Sorry, Aitiga.
Yes.
Don't forget that the doctor said the body shows the reaction as he has climbed more than the rigor mortis has already set in even before.
No, it will set in, but rigor mortis will also disappear. It will also disappear.
It used to disappear after setting in.
It will go. All the rigor mortis process will. You see, at that time in the hospital, depending on the number of hours between what is stipulated, whether it's 2 to 3 hours or whatever, the stiffness of the body will ensue. But once the entire process of rigor mortis actually finishes, then the body is in a vegetative state, which means at that point in time, if you leave the body, it will just limp. It will just be limp. It will just be one flexible.
Isaac accepted.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget that it was. Let me calculate it for you. They took the body. They according to them, they said they took the body to that place on Tuesday, to the hospital on Tuesday. That was when the doctor said the rigomotic blah 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 like that. They took him back home. Throughout that Thursday, he was in the house. The ambulance come in the
Yeah.
night, and they took him to where they will bury him on Wednesday. So that
Yeah.
Wednesday, that picture that we see where his neck was bent was on Wednesday inside the coffin. Are you saying the
Yeah.
body will still be stuffed for them to
No,
be
what
able to
I'm
bend it?
saying that they look. What I'm saying to you, once the rigor mortis
See my
process
sister.
completes, the body then softens. The stiffness of the body is a shock to the system during that period of time of rigor mortis, and then they've picked that up in the hospital, and then a number of hours later, when the rigor mortis process is complete, the body will go back to a limp state. And at that point in time, they may be in a position to position the body and bend the body because there hasn't been a proper,
So
what's it
so
called?
so what you are trying to tell us right now is that
Yeah.
putting him in that coffin, you mean it is possible his body might still be limp for them to bend
No,
anywhere
it will,
else?
it will then be returned to that state for them to be able to reposition it. Yes.
To bury him, his body might still be able to be okay.
It will be. It will.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say, the
Isaac,
stiffness of the body as a process. When the stiffness goes through, and everything limps, that is when the liquid in the body will start popping out. At that point in time, you may be in a position to reposition or position the body the way you want to. Remember, there is no embalming process that can actually stiffen that body when organs would have been removed and all
It
that.
is
So
not
all
embalming that
all the
stiffens the body. It is not embalming
no,
that stiffens the body.
what I'm saying, if you take that to a funeral parlor and they've taken out all the organs and at that point in time, most of the liquid in the body would have disappeared and they would have injected that corpse with all the preparatory chemicals. And then that will actually put the body in the position they want the body to be. And they present that in state where when you open the coffin, it looks presentable.
Okay,
But
let me
in
ask
this
you
case, yes,
Let me ask you.
yes,
I want you to enlighten me and make me clear. What you are trying to tell
yeah.
me right now is that if there is nothing like embalming for original, like real embalming,
Yes.
anybody that's fine will still be at any fucking time. Only if
Have
they
you
embalm
have
the
you
body that
have
will
you
make it
have you
strong.
have you seen it? No, hold on. Have you seen a situation where there's an accident, and then after the accident, they lifting bodies out of the accident, and there's no no
Accident
no no
is
no no no
different
no 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 no.
because their
Listen
body is
now.
going to
So
crush like
no, listen,
the
listen,
machine that the
listen.
engine of the car
Listen.
can broke all the
But
body and eat
why don't
pieces.
you just listen? Why don't you just listen? The limping of the body has got two processes. As soon as the body itself, actually, you know that life is out of it. At that point in time, you know that, oh, this one is gone. Rigor mortis hasn't kicked in at that point. If you leave the hand, you leave the limb, it will go up and it will limp. And then when rigor mortis kicks in, then the stiffness will carry on through different processes of mortis. Yeah. And then at that point in time, what you'll then have is once that process finishes, then the body returns back to the limp state. Yes.
I disagree with you. So
Well, you can if you want to.
yeah,
If you want to,
any
you can.
sir.
That's
All
fine.
right, sir.
I'll mute myself for now.
All right, Akpakpa. Coming back to Akpakpa, you said when your mother finds that you are there with her body for good 30 days. So now explain to us with your own experience. Do you think the body is still limping, like it is able to be bent, like 40 days, right? Can you please explain to us what is your experience based on the body, please?
My sister, I don't feel explain already before, but let me see do a little bit. See, when my mom buy like this, so then not be house for die. So when you just rush small, when you faint, so we need to take and go hospital. After they carry and go hospital, the next thing they try do put OCD for a nose for a very long time. Don't you just wake up, speak to us, talk to us sometimes, but immediately they remove the stuff, then you just go, because I think they say get time when the thing they fit keep the thing, something like that. So then we have to bring him home to come and embalm him for house. Then immediately body was still like when he died for hospital, you see they fresh, you see the body, see they okay, normal. You will not even believe say this person don't even die safe. So immediately they don't cover his face, they don't dress and position his face. So if you come back later, his body goes strong, it goes stretch like one kind, it go just stretch well. So it can't stretch the body, they don't position and well, put them for inside ambulance, bring and come home. Then the people can't do normal stuff for a body, they can't also see what you do. So my mom body, the water will they come out, the water they come out from all those bumbo, all those ear, she go they clean all those water, all those blood water, it would take some out. So but the body strong, the body strong. This one who they talk now, you don't even never
Quickly,
even
can
reach
I
20
ask you
hours,
a
the body
question,
goes
That is
strong.
why
Apapa?
I disagree with
You
IT
said the
guy.
body.
Thank you.
Hold on. You said the body
Yes.
was embalmed. Yes or no? Was
And
the body embalmed?
was those traditional way now
No,
that bring
yeah.
it from
No, it
hospital,
doesn't
bring it
matter.
home.
It doesn't matter. The
Just take it up,
embalmment.
they just
But
open
Traditional
his
way,
body
Mohbad's
and
not
body
take
wasn't
some
original
stuff
way.
embalmed.
out from his. It's
Mohbad's
not
body
even
wasn't
origin.
embalmed.
No, sir.
But
Sir,
Mohbad's
hold
body
on.
wasn't embalmed.
This
So
is.
what are we
But
talking
they say
about?
that they
It's
say
two
there was
different things,
embalm
though.
Mohbad. Okay, sir. Let me tell you something. Sorry, sir. Have you
There wasn't
seen?
any
So you
embalmment.
never see person with that
Putting
for
salt on
streets.
the chest. Putting salt
Atima,
on the chest
Atima,
is a
bros,
simple
bros.
theory
See.
of slowing down
Okay, let
decomposition
me tell you.
process. It
Let me
wasn't
show you
embalmment.
something now. Let me give you a little bit. May I explain? Give you when we waka for desert, immediately person die. You know they take how many minutes they dry. They forget about the song
No,
first, but
Apapa.
it body you know go
One thing
fit
I
excuse
love,
that.
before I
When
mute myself again, one thing I love about what you said
yeah,
that is your mother was embalmed and Mohbad wasn't embalmed. Thank you.
okay. Now see when
Embalming,
somebody
Papa. It's not an hospital embalming. They did not even take Papa. They didn't take
local
her to the
embalming,
hospital. They did not take her to
it's
anywhere.
local embalming.
Just ordinarily
They
putting
just
salt
take
and
some
blah blah blah
stuff
like
away
that.
from his body. There's a junction that with the native man will come with one injection. Then the injection will jetting on his body.
Okay.
Then they will just clean some part from his body. So I think they get those injections from hospital too.
Akpapa.
Look, what I'm gonna say to this is this. I understand what IT guy is trying to say. That even when rigor mortis does occur, it's not like it's gonna be there forever. At some point, it's gonna diminish. That's understandable. But now, this is and at some point, it's gonna wear off, and the body will again be flexible. So now, but that's not where I'm going. This is where I'm going. Now, dead bodies, dead bodies are handled with great care. Great, underline that adjective, great care. Now, that's even by professionals. Now, by members, so does somebody have need to mute or something? I don't know. It's nice. So now, if it is now by members of their own family, their loved ones, you now expect probably greater care in the handling of the body. You don't just throw them like fish. No. You don't just undo them like fish. You don't. So now, dead bodies, as I've said, great care. To the point that if it is the loved ones, you even kiss them. You kiss dead bodies. You kiss them as a way of saying goodbye. You kiss them by. You kiss them. No more. You kiss them, the body. So that is how. It's not like your loved one is there and then you just see it as a piece of trash. Or just throw
Sorry
it.
for interjecting you. Let me ramp up this edge or no edge. Maybe we can move on from it. So this is it. When we saw Mohbad in the ambulance at that night, there is an ambulance that come and the same ambulance that Baba Mohbad asked them to call for them to move the body from the house to wheresoever We don't know, maybe it is the police station, maybe it is the Korodu, the morgue. We don't know where to. Wheresoever they are taking him to, we saw his body in the ambulance with a army color bedsheet, blah blah blah, like that. His head is straight, and his hair was still planted, the same hairstyle he took to Ikorodu. So his head was still straight. So getting to where they wanted to bury him after their shenanigans, the morgue, the blah blah blah, when getting to where they want to bury him, they put him in the coffin. That was where we saw that his his neck was bent so obviously. It is very bad, because me, I've never seen any dead body that pined in his own bedroom. Oh. No be say he pined with a car accident or anything. Oh. I've never seen a dead body that his neck was bent that way. So in short, in that ambulance, his head was straight. And we don't know, maybe assuming we have confirmed, or we've seen any picture or a video anywhere that his neck has been bent, moving him from that house to the ambulance to anywhere, because we did not even see the full footage. Because I was thinking that he's a celebrity, for God's sake. They should have filmed every damn situation on a normal ground. If they want to give him a befitting burial, they would have filmed everything for his last respect, but they never did that. So in short, in that ambulance, his head was straight. We don't know, maybe they use something to just hang his head to be straight for us not to notice. Even in the ambulance, that video was just a 4 seconds video or 1 minute video. It's not that long for us to dictate. So let's now wrap it up. Which I will conclude that the head, nothing happened to the neck before they move him from the house until in the casket. So let's remove our mind from saying maybe they strangle, what thing that they call her, maybe they broke his neck. That was what claimed him. So I think we should wrap it up. There is no evidence to justify that, and in the ambulance, the head was not bent until when, which means we should not say his head is crying because of the neck, blah blah blah, like that. So can we just wrap it up?
Adike, what I want to say is this. What I want to say is this. You see, there are so many things when you look around Mohbad's demise. Number one is if you want to take away your mind from one thing, there's another thing. You know, if you're not talking about the bent neck or broken neck, whatever you want to call it, then you now think of the bloodish fluid in the casket after the body was exhumed. If you now want to take your mind off that one, then how do you take your mind off the broken railings in Mohbad's house that happened the night, the same, when they were going for the show? It wasn't like that. But something happened. It was between the time after the show and then now that they say, oh, Mohbad is dead. So if you have question in mind, you will question things. What happened? Those railings, what happened? Is it evil spirit that just broke them that night? After they all went for the show, before they left, it was intact. But something happened to those railings. Whatever happened to those railings must have connection with what happened to Mohbad. That is...
Aristocraft up. I'm still seeing Aristocraft in the box.
Yeah.
Aristocraft leave come on for TikTok and come back. So then it will be normal. They can't pick you up.
Yeah. Whatever happened to those railings in that house have connections. And whatever happens to those railings has connection with Mohbad's mind. And the only way you can prove that not to be so, if either proper thorough investigation is launched into that, and let there be an explanation for that, for the breaking of those railings. Let there be explanation for it. And let there be
Jack,
explanation.
who are you going to
Please.
ask?
I've not
Because
finished yet.
nobody is ready to answer that question. The last time I
That's
asked
it.
the father of Mohbad, I asked him, he said, and Muyiwa said, they are going to answer that question at the court. So, see,
I
this
asked
thing
them the
is
same
just
question.
spinning my head and it's
I asked them
making
the
me
same
having
question.
headache.
I asked them the
Nobody
same.
will
That's what I'm
answer
saying,
you.
Aduke. That's why I said until main investigation kicks off, that is the only thing that will provide answer. And all of these old nonsense stories, narratives that were put out to sort of like sway the attention of the public away from the real thing that happened to Mohbad. Because if in the first instance, the very first story that they would dish out was that, oh, so happened to Mohbad. We invited a nurse, and the nurse gave an injection. And after he was given the injection, even the injection, went went to a wrong direction or whatever, and he even fell. He fell on the floor and probably hit his head on the floor. If you had given one statement, one thorough story that is not changing, that is not, see, when things like this happen, when stories keep changing, when if account of an event, especially homicide event, when you keep changing your stories, then there's something somebody's covering up. The question is, what are you all in the house covering up? Whatever it is that they're covering up has something to do with Mohbad's demise, with Mohbad's crime. And no matter how hard anybody try, you cannot make us look away from that. No matter how hard you try. Or except you have answers to those questions. Because those questions will always pop up. And they will forever linger in our minds, even though if the police and the government, if they fail us, if they fail in digging into it, for us to know what happened to those railings in the house, and for us to know the reason why stories have not been consistent. As a matter of fact, they are topping the story now. Topping, that's all I hear. They're topping it. That means you don't remember some things before. Now you remember, so you're adding to your story. So you see, there's a lot of madness going on in this case, and there's a lot of conspiracy going on, and that's,
God bless you, Jack. You've said it.
yeah. Okay.
No, it's flex. I just said God bless you because you just said everything on my mind.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you. So to be honest, that's it is what it is, and you
The
cannot.
stories are they are not consistent in their stories. They are
Yeah.
saying different things. Mohbad died in the house. The wife said he died 20 minutes in the hospital. When they got to the after 20 minutes, they got to the hospital and he died inside the house. There was a pool of blood. There was blood when the father saw it. What happened? Was it the little cut? Which Spendy said that cut is not enough for somebody to die. He reacted to injection. There was a fight in the house. They should come out and say it. Adura doesn't want to get justice for his brother due to one or two things, I don't know. Adura would have been the only person that would come out and say
Aristocrat.
something. You say what?
Right.
Adura is the only person like that can come out and really say what happened. Since the rest don't want to say it. But it's not there. So they're just like playing with people's emotion. I don't get it. For a year and 10 months now. 22 months, no justice. Nothing is heard. Every day different story comes up. From the beginning, it was bully. They brought out of videos of bully. Was it bully that by Mohbad? What by Mohbad is the question Nigerians are asking. You are not getting it. Even the authorities, they failed us. The police, they failed everybody. I pray Mohbad get justice because nobody was there. It's only Adura I see that can give his brother justice. But Adura is not ready.
It's not ready. It's just there. I don't know the reason. Just say what happened. I know maybe he died by mistake. Probably there was a fight. She never intended to kill her husband or whatever. But just say it and stop playing with people's emotion. I don't know. DNA has been going on for months or for 1 year plus now. It's still the same thing. Nothing is working. Everything is just there, pending. Different stories are coming every day. Every day we are hearing different stories. Now they want to say because he took drugs, I think he reacted to the injection. I think that is where they want to put it now. From the interview that is going on now, that Mohbad is always taking drugs. I believe he reacted to the injection the nurse gave him. Fine. What happened before the nurse came to give him injection? There was a fight. It's not that little cut that he used his hand to hit the Prado glass that make you people to call for nurse. I don't think so. So we don't know. I pray he get justice, but if he doesn't get, no problem.
Yes.
Thank you.
Aduke, I want us to end that rigor mortis thing. And I really want us to learn it from a place of education. Now, I hope Akpakpa is listening to me. Now, this is what I want to say. The process of rigor mortis always run between 36 to 48 hours. So 48 hours is 2 days. 36 is 1.5. So what is saying that it differs from person to person. In a simple language, rigor mortis, the first stage is stiffness. After the completion of rigor mortis, then decomposition starts. And that is why when they want to do embalmment, they will remove some organ so that there won't be decomposition. Whether a nurse came to do it in your house or not, they will remove something. That is medically. I don't know about the one they put salt to. Now, after the rigor mortis has finished, you can bend any part of the body. You can bend the neck. And I'm saying this, I'm not saying it from the place of a medical person. Go online, go and check it. I am saying this because at this stage of this matter, we should be talking from a place of deep understanding. More cases will come. When any of us get involved in those cases, we can guide them. These people will say rigor mortis, rigor mortis, rigor mortis, as if the body will be still forever. It can never be still forever. After the max 48 hours, the body can be bent. It can't go on being stiff. Just like Aduke said, which I so much like, when the father came to the house and they said they put salt on it, I am very sure the Baba did not see the neck was broken or bent. I think the positioning of the neck was due to the small coffin, possibly, and you could see his leg too was a bit curved. His legs were curved. His leg was not straight in that coffin too. It was a bit curved so that they can accommodate it. And Aduke said something that was very astonishing, which Omogbola Aduke, the bending of his neck was not what by this guy, because even the hospitals have confirmed that he was dead before he was taken to the house, before he was taken to Korodu to morgue or placed in a coffin. So really, emphasis on the bending of the neck is not such a matter that should take most of our energy, but it's also a matter for us to look from the realm of conversation. When people pick something and say, oh, this could be it, we then look at it logically, and if it is related to medical, we look at it medically. Is it possible? If it is possible, we agree and we try to learn more. If it is not, we will say it is not. And so all this while, there was a day I spoke about the rigor mortis process and I left it there. people should understand that rigor mortis starts and ends. It's always setting mostly 2 hours when the person, is diseased, and it ends 48 hours max. That body, you fit carry am, you fit put am somewhere. And that's what just like people that are doing medical students. I remember when I was doing an elective of anatomy, that they gave us body in the morgue. We can bend the leg, we can do anything in the morgue now. We touch am because we will be dissecting it to be checking the muscles or the organs of the body. It's a dead body that is gone. They give to 2 students anatomy for you to check it, and you will see it. So for me, I'm only saying this just to buttress what Aduke said, is at this level that we have spent on this case, it is good for us to always try to research some terms, look at how they come in, and if we need to use them, we use them in a way that it will really, really support what we are saying. And nobody can fault it. It shows a clear understanding of what we are doing. Thank you very much, Aduke Omogbo.
Now, Aduke, let me reply. I need to reply, aristocrat, based on what you said. First of all, nobody has said that they do not understand the meaning of. I don't know if there's anyone here. I've already cleared it. I said I understand what Aitiga was talking about.
I was talking to Akpakpa.
No, I understand. You don't have to overflog it. Rigor mortis will set in, and eventually it's going to diminish, and eventually it's going to wear out. So I've said that already. It usually lasts within the period of let's say 8 hours or whatever. So now, but that's none of my business, because I'm not a medical person. I don't go into things that they don't concern me. So now, what I was saying is this. This morning, Aduke, before I ask you about what I asked you about the neck, I wanted to be sure. Was it, because I wanted to know, was the neck broken or bent prior to, was it like that? Was it was like that? Or I wanted to be sure if it was maybe in the process of handling. But the truth is this, look, either it was broken before or not broken or broken after. That doesn't really hold so much. What matters is this. Who amongst us here that you have buried your own loved one the way Mohbad was buried? That you have squeezed your own loved ones the way Mohbad was squeezed in that casket? Who here, so that we can give you trophy and say, oh, you did well to your loved one? I'm sure there is no one here. And that is what we are condemning. Look, the reason why I asked for that reason was to be able to even nullify, to say that all this nonsense that people are saying about it was the injection of the nose that killed him. Because I was going to ask that question, that was the injection that broke or bent his neck at the same time? Because one thing is certain, the breaking of the railings in that house, you will have to do a lot to explain it to me. A lot. Because as at the night we have proved it, as at the night Mohbad was going for that show, the railings were intact. Whatever happened to those railings happened after they went for that show, within the period they came back. So that means something went down in that house. So this has not so much to do with even the
Jack.
Let me finish. Can I just finish, please? Whether the neck was broken while they were carrying, but the truth is this. Do you carry the body of a dead person as though it's like you're carrying like a fish or whatever? You throw them anyhow, you do them anyhow to the point that the neck is going to be bent? Or have you ever heard of any sane person who is not criminal? It's only any dead body that was intentionally that you would treat this the way Mohbad's body was treated. I've never heard on this earth, and I will never hear it apart from this case, that you will have to squeeze, bend the person's neck just because you want them to fit into an undersized casket, and even bend their leg at the same time. That is just madness, man. That is evil, man. That's pure evil. The fact that they even did that just showed to me that whoever put him in that state, they were part of the people that killed him or by him.
And the family were trying to cover up for these people that buy Mohbad. And that was why they went for that cleanup burial. It was cleanup. That's what you call it. Except if any one of us, we buried our own people like that.
Even during the cleanup of that burial, it still exposed them. That was why we saw the neck bend. It's
That's
another.
exactly
That is
what it
what
is.
trigger every one of us.
That's the reason why I am convinced that Mohbad was some people had something against him and they purposely bind this guy. And even in death, they still did to him the unthinkable. Bending his head. Will you bend my, will you ever try? Who dares do that? My loved one, you're going to bend their neck like that and their legs in the casket. Are you mad? Are you insane or what? And for anybody to want to justify that, oh, because they bought an undersized, who asked you mad people to buy undersized casket for somebody who is that tall?
You are giving me headache, I beg you. Nobody wants to answer this
That's why I
question,
don't want to talk about this Mohbad issue anymore, because it drives me completely crazy.
It's
What
sad.
of this guy?
It's sad. It's sad because they are not telling us. They are not
It
saying
makes me
the truth.
mad when I
They
talk
don't
about
want
this.
to answer us. They don't want to tell us. They are. You know what?
And they're trying to justify it. They're trying to say that something is not something bad that happened to him. Maybe they just say, they just squeeze him, or maybe something. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? That guy was fine. And the people who did it, they know. And that is why there has been so much concerted effort to hide the truth. To hide the truth about what happened in that house. All of them are saying different nonsense. And the government is aiding and abetting them. Police is not doing main investigation. When police is not doing it, is it me that should come and give you evidence? Is it me that should come and give you evidence? Because I'm a police officer, or because I'm the one you're paying your taxpayers' money to? To be honest, people should start calling a spade a spade. Evil everywhere, evil. And the people that even want to get this guy justice, 99.9% of how evil, they're doing the same thing that they did to the guy. Everyone has gone crazy. So I can't hold my peace anymore. Even though I said I'm not going to be this way, I will be this way now. Because all I see is evil. I smell evil, hypocrisy, liars, buyers, killers, evil people.